Okay, what
That's
instrument?
Ashley.
That's
Mom is that.
Ashley. Hi, well, hi Ashley. Hi Madeline. How are you guys?
We,
We're good.
Good, good, good. What instrument do you play?
None.
singing, but she's
None.
got guitar lessons coming up, starting hopefully this week. So
Okay, well, that's
yeah.
your instrument, is your throat. I don't play an instrument either, so I'm kind of an unconventional musician myself. I'm an audio engineer, so I'm the person that records and gets all the gear set up for the bands to play and makes singers like you sound really good through all this equipment. So I'm a different kind of musician myself, kind of like singers, where it's not necessarily any physical or tangible thing right there, but we still musicians. So your instrument is gonna be your throat.
That works, right?
Yes,
Let's
ma'am.
see. No, just this picture.
It's 4:30. You want to go ahead and get started, or you want me to wait for a few people?
You can go ahead and get started. Yeah, they'll join, or we don't know if they're watching on YouTube or on Zoom. So go ahead and get started. And if they want to join later, they can join later.
Okay. Well, my name is Krystal. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm a yoga teacher slash audio engineer who kind of just fell upon yoga. Like music was my love, even when I was as young as you are. I just loved it, and I didn't know how to play an instrument except for the drum, and it was just the snare. So it was pretty much the 2 and the 4 beat, and that was it. That's all I was responsible for. And then I stopped playing and started playing basketball, just kind of moving through my life, and music found its way back to me as an adult. I was in the military, so I went away to join the army, and then when I had a chance to really go to school for something, I said, I'm going to study music since I'm an adult now. I can do whatever I want. I'm going to study music. So I go off to the Art Institute and I study to be an audio engineer, thinking that was going to be my last, destination. That was it. Well, then yoga found me and it kind of brought everything together for me. So yoga definitely lives up by its name as the yoke. It brings things together inside of us. And as musicians, especially if you're a songwriter or a singer, it's important to get into your space. So that's the first thing that any musician should think about doing is creating a safe space for yourself. Where are you going with this? Are you writing? Is this that process, or are you recording? And then that's a different process. And then even the mixing of the projects, all of these things are separate things that end up coming together to make great music. But the beginning of it starts with creating your space. So what you do is look around your space that you're going to record in, that you're going to write in. Get familiar with it. How does it feel to you? Is it a lot of sounds going on that can be distracting? If so, start to eliminate those before you even get into your creative process. So that's called input. That's what we allow into our space, these things. So even in audio, when you record, you have an input level. So these things, they correlate. So when you know the one thing, it'll be easy for you to understand the other things. So that's what I do first. I look around, just taking notice to what's around me. I take a deep breath and then just let it out my nose or my mouth, whichever way it comes out first. The beginning of creating your safe space is finding the safeness within yourself. So if you're in a safe enough space, you'll start to close your eyes. You'll start to breathe deep inhales through your nose and then let it out slowly through your mouth. Start to close the eyes or lower your gaze so that you're looking at the very tip of your nose. Sitting crisscross, or if you're in a chair, just sit up straight. Just making sure the spine is elongated, or that you feel like you're sitting straight up, poking your chest out just a little. And when you get up there, just kind of rest in it. Now, remember those things that were around the room that you took notice of earlier. Maybe some books or an instrument. Even if it was something small like the couch or an animal or anything that's in the room that you remember being in that room now that your eyes are closed. Now take a deep inhale, count to 7 or 8, whichever one your breath can hold. Close your mouth and let it exhale through the nose. Same counts of 7 or 8. Inhale, deepen it, elongate it. Make sure those numbers start to stretch out to you. So where you were going quicker with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go slower with more counts like 1, 2, 3. And then exhale through the nose. Rest in the shoulders. Rest in the muscles all in your face. And letting the body just sink into your chair. Right now, you're only responsible for this breath. So just like a musician would turn around on the 8 count, these music notes, all these sounds are looped together just like that. You'll innately know where to go as your breath rises up to the top, filling your lungs. Exhale it through your nose right when it turns around. This is what we call a loop as a musician. This is the rhythm. This is the flow of the song. Keep breathing. And as any thought enters your mind that's off topic, that doesn't have anything to do with this breath, I want you to let it go. Exhaling out of the nose, just like your breath. It doesn't serve you any purpose right now. Now, I want you to suck your stomach in. Imagine me standing behind you like I'm pulling a string at your navel. As you're breathing, still be mindful of that. Those counts, those loops. And those thoughts, they're going to come up. That's life. Those are things that get in your way when you're writing your songs, when you're singing your notes, when you're playing your instrument. Those negative things, those downs, they're just temporary. Because everything that goes down must come up. Just like your breath, as it goes up and fills up the chest and goes to the throat. I want you to imagine that breath going all the way to the top of your head. And then coming down your back, coming down your spine. Slowly. Releasing through your tailbone, the very end of your spine. That's how we stay grounded. That's how we stay rooted. This is where we feel safe. Stay connected to your breath. Keep engaging that belly. Keep sucking it in. Suck it all the way in. Couple rounds here, just by yourself, without me, just deep inhales. Even deeper exhales right here. This is where it drops. You hear that? That's the bell that's coming back up. And here it comes back down. As musicians, we don't start counting at a certain point that we don't need the numbers anymore. It's just innate in us. We're connected to the rhythm. We know. That's what this breath is about. So I know I told you to count before, but now I want you to remove those numbers. Listen to the rhythm inside of yourself. Listen to the music. Inhale. Now exhale. Now slowly start to open your eyes. Looking around the room, remembering that one thing that you took notice at in the first place. It was something there, whatever that meant to you. Start to rotate your neck slowly clockwise and then counterclockwise, just slow rotations. Switching now, whichever side you didn't go to that side now. And if it's tight somewhere, I want you to stay there and just push, keeping that breath. Keep your breath moving so when you go back, it's up, inhale. And then when you go down, it's exhale. Up, inhales. Down, exhales. Now inhale, take your right arm, raise it up to the sky, high to the sky, look up at your finger, put it on the left ear, and pull your head to the right shoulder. Slow. Keep breathing. Sending energy all up and down the left side of your neck. You'll feel it right there. Inhale, release that, let it go. Switch sides, raising that left hand up now. Pulling over to the right ear and then to the left side of the room, letting the left ear fall to the left shoulder. Keeping those breaths right here. Feeling that stretch all up and down the right side of the neck. Big inhale, come up to middle, raise both the hands up high to the sky, look up at the thumbs, and then fall back as far as you can, whichever allows you. It might be a chair like me behind you, but still reach for the back of the room. Big inhale, come up to the middle, fall as far forward as you can. Make sure your head is looking down at the ground and stretch out. Stay here for 3 to 5 breaths, as many as you need. If you want to cross your hands and push out, you can do that as well. And inhale, come back up to middle. Right hand grabs left wrist, fall over to the right side. Same thing. Yes, that's a good job. Y'all look so good right now. Push, pull. It's a push-pull thing going on. You're pulling the arm, you're pushing the left side out. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, switch hot sides. Left hand goes to the right wrist. You pry, you pull yourself over. And you take a deep inhale and let the body fall deeper into the pose. Inhale, come back up to center. Now take the hands, reach out in the front of you. I want you to do rotations like this. So the wrists touch, there you go. This will be really good for you starting the guitar or if you play keys. Just getting some really, really good rotations with those wrists because you're going to need them. You're going to need them to be strong. Now reverse, go in the opposite direction. Good. Shake that out. Staying connected with the breath. Reconnecting with that mindfulness. Inhale, raise the hands up high to the sky. And I want you to put your right hand behind you. Take the left hand, let it fall to the right hip or the knee, whichever you need, and twist your body to the back of the room. So looking over the right shoulder, pushing, elongating that spine, like I said. So sit straight up. I call this like your bad girl pose. It's like you're looking over for a photo or something, and you just, you kind of wiggle right here. Just keep breathing. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, twist your spine like you're wringing out a rag. Go ahead and release that. Come back up to the middle, switch sides. Raise up high. Look up high. Get that deep breath. And then take the right hand, go over to the left leg. Put the left hand behind you and twist. Take that deep inhale. And on those inhales, I want you to take 3 of them right here on your own. Every time you exhale, I want you to twist deeper into it. Almost like the spine is being wrung out. And just push. Now, if you feel tingling right here, this is what we call discomfort. It's not pain. You're using a muscle that you usually don't use. So the body is like, whoa. But the mind is like, yes. This creates space. This releases endorphins into your system. This is how your system works. This is how blood starts to flow better. This is honestly how you say you love yourself without words. Inhale, bring the arms back up to the middle and let them fall back, rising your chest up to the ceiling. Gaze follows, look up. And release all that energy. Just kind of let your arms fall. Don't try to hold yourself up here. Just let the body sway. Inhale, bring the hands up. Hands to heart center. Pushing out, just stretching right here. Just kind of shaking all of that out. That's a lot of energy you get to moving around. Inhale, bring the hands out. I want you to take your right hand, put it over your left hand, and pull the fingers back. There you go. So this is good for, like I said, musicians. We use our fingers, our hands, whether we're typing, whether we're playing. Even when you're singing, I mean, they get tricky with those mic stands, you know? Feeling this stretch all up and down your wrist. This is how you have longevity as a musician. Few breaths here. Sending that energy to the wrist where you feel the tension. That's where you feel that good stretch. Send the breath there. Exhale, release, and switch. Now push that hand down. See, what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. That's how we stay balanced with yoga. So if we go up, we got to go down. If we go left, we got to go right. There's got to be a balance. Now release, switch sides. Now taking the right hand, extending it out, putting the left hand on top and prying your hands back. Really remembering to check in right here with your breath. So sending that breath to that wrist. Engaging that stomach core, sucking it in, sitting up straight. And then after you get there, sinking in it. So relaxing, softening up all around you. It shouldn't be stressful. That's why when people tell me yoga hurts or they can't do it, I'm like, man, you don't have to do a lot. You just have to push yourself to the limit and then relax in it. Exhale, release that tension from that right wrist. Take a deep inhale and push down, reversing it. Just taking notice to which wrist was tighter than the other. You might have to do some more work there. Just like that solo in the song. You just might be a half step off. We got to do some work there. One more deep inhale. Exhale, push down on that hand. Now slowly release, giving yourself another round of those wrist rotations. Up and down, bringing it into the chest. out to the front, then rotating again. Bringing the arms all the way out to your side, kind of like you're high-fiving the wall. Take a deep breath. Inhale, rotate the arms up high to the sky, back around. There you go. There you go. 2 more rounds. Yes, deep inhales as you go up. Deep exhales as the hands fall down. Switching, going to the back of the room now. Inhale, go up. Exhale, go down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, go down. One more round. Inhale, big up. Exhale, hands to heart center. You can relax your hands on your knees. Take a couple more rounds and just really loosen that neck up. Slow rotations. And what I like to do is I like to stop at the back. I let my neck fall and then I raise the shoulders up. That's a great way to relieve the tension on your back. See, that'll let your creative juices just start to flow because it could get locked up in there, a lot of energy. So when your neck feels tight in the morning, you slept wrong, try those. Just raising up the shoulders and rotating them to the back of the room and then to the front of the room and just seeing how you can just connect with your spine at that point. You get these little pops and that's okay. Taking a few deep breaths right here. One deep breath. Let it out the mouth. 2 more right here. Deep breaths. Thank you for sharing space. Thank you for sharing time. Gratitude for your time and respect to your instrumentation, your future, your goals. We're setting those intentions in here right now, today. These are the ways that you can get to your destination. See, everyone has one. A source and a destination. When you started playing the instrument, you wanted to write a song. That's the start. That's the source. That's the spark. The end, you're on that stage. You've recorded that song in a real live studio. That's your destination. Let the breath be your guide. One more deep inhale. Hold it up to the top of your lungs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the mouth. Namaste. How are you feeling, Madeline? You did so good.
Both Madeline and Deborah are muted. Okay, Deborah's not muted anymore. Madeline, do you know how to? Oh, none of them are muted now. So Madeline and Deborah are in here. Could ask them
How are you
questions.
feeling? Good. You looked like you were feeling good. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your space. I meant that specifically because practicing breathing is so important. And a lot of people, especially your age, they don't get it. I teach kids every day. And I have a few that just don't get it, but the ones that really, really do get it, oh, they flourish. They flourish in every area in school. They flourish with everything. I've seen them really grow. In a couple of months, I've seen kids who were very violent turn into very peaceful kids. So I encourage you to use it when you feel stuck. If you feel like you can't sing a note or something like that, go to your breath because as a singer, your breath is everything anyway. That's gonna carry you to all of those high notes. It's gonna bring you down into those low frequency notes. It'll if you could suck that stomach in and learn how to control that and play with it, you'll be hitting runs and doing all sorts of cool stuff with your throat. But it starts with the breath. So go to YouTube, look stuff up, have your mom reach out to me if you need some more breathing techniques. Whatever you need, whatever you do, breathe, breathe. Somebody said her name wasn't Deborah? It's Frankie.
Frankie.
Hi, Frankie. I love that name. Like that's one of my favorite movies. And like especially girls named Frankie. Like guys is like whatever, but girls named Frankie is just like really really cool. Like you're meant to be a star with the name like Frankie. Well, how do you feel? I don't know when you came in, but how are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. Sorry, I came in late. I lost track of time.
That's okay. That's okay. That happens.
Yeah.
So whenever you came in, I encourage everybody to take some breathing, look online, find you some meditation. If you're do you write music? You look like you write music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a poet, so I know for like years I was in this real creative block. Like I don't know if it was trauma or what. I didn't want to express myself or share my work, but I got through it by being still and silent. So once that came into my life, now I'm just like, oh, what we doing? Like I'm hosting an open mic night tonight virtually, and I don't have a care in the world about preparing and being. I was so over like a perfectionist with everything that I had started psyching myself out of doing the work. So I'm stuck at the block. I can't write. I can't. Well, that's because I'm telling myself that. So when people tell you that as a kid, it's like, oh yeah, okay, whatever, but it's true. You create this environment. I encourage you all write down what you want, even if it doesn't make any sense. If it sounds crazy, it looks crazy. It's some I want to go to the moon out of reach to a regular human being type of thing. Write it down anyway. Manifest these things. These are your intentions, and I guarantee you this: it's probably the start of a really cool project. To be honest, and you don't even know it, and you have it. So there's just take that, whatever it is. People writing songs about chicken wings. So it can happen, and the more authentic you are with your breath, that is the only way for me to tell yourself you love yourself without any kind of words being into play here. It literally, you go to the doctor, and that's the way our blood moves, our oxygen. We're pushing that through. Our systems work better when we're getting breath. If you lose consciousness, you're gonna die if you don't get a lot of breath in a certain amount of time, right? Maybe 5 minutes, I think, something like that. 3 to 5 minutes with no breath. That's it. So the thing about it is you come into the world, and that's the first thing you do, and you leave and it's the last thing you do, and we pay no attention to it in between. It's just something you get so used to doing that you're not doing it properly. So bigger, deeper inhales and play around with it all day, even if you're just playing on the playground or you're running to the cadence of the song. You're generating that rhythm within inside of yourself. So that BPM, that's your heart. So now you're writing without even writing. You're flowing without even knowing. And then you go home and you write that stuff down. And then you go record that stuff. That's the source. That's the destination. That's how you get there. And you let the breath guide you the entire time. Y'all will make beautiful life and beautiful music. I love you all. I love everybody that's joined in. I feel like love isn't conditional to knowing someone. We have to love each other from whatever space, from whatever creed, color, background, nationality. Love is universal, and it's found in our breath. So go shine your light on somebody else today. Let them know, hey, I learned something about some breath. Man, you need to take some deep breaths before you make that bad decision. Mom, dad, sister, cousin, friend down the street, take a deep breath. And let's go be good people, good human beings, and even better musicians.
I'll tell that to my brother.
Tell that to your brother. It'll be so helpful. And look, you won't get in trouble. You'll never get in trouble for telling your parents to take a deep breath. I promise. They're like, oh, Oh, maybe I do. Or your brother. Maybe I do, because especially if they're crying or something. Hey. I have to do that with my parents. I had to be the change that I wanted to see. I had to do that with my siblings. It was, whew, boy, because you can't make me do anything. You can't, because you're mad, you can't make me get mad. So that's a good thing to take. And I know brothers are annoying, right? They do some crazy stuff. So the next time your brother does something that really, really irritates you, check in with yourself. Just like I said, find something in the room. That's the same thing. Find something in the room or find something within yourself. Ground yourself. Take that deep breath and tell him, you can't make me mad with you. Just because you're angry doesn't mean I have to get angry too. Now I'm gonna go do whatever it is. Write a song about how my brother is making me do some meditation right now. Flip it into a creative thing. Always turn that negative, that down, into a positive and ride that wave. And when you start recording, you're gonna see those waves again. And you're gonna remember what I'm talking about. And you're gonna say, oh, yeah, engineer, ride those waves, man. This is not right. You're gonna know because you're following your rhythm and you hear it and you feel it. That's not nothing that nobody can teach you. That's just time spent with yourself. You'll know. You know when the beat is about to drop, right? In the song, you know it's coming. That's because it's already in us. We know. It's like whoo, whoo, and then when it don't drop there, you're like, well, wait a minute, it's probably gonna be like another 8 or something, maybe. You know that innately, even if you can't count to 8, you know. So take that, baby. Use that in every area that you can use it in. And I promise you, you'll feel good. And the people around you will too.
I feel great. Thank you,
Thank you, me
Krystal.
too. You're welcome. It was good meeting you guys. And I hope to come into live sessions too. I asked Anna, I don't know. She just told me this day. So I could probably finesse some depending on the times.
All
And I'm
right.
always good with that. Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.
I see you guys at the Grammys.